Hey, how you doing? David Patterson, Pioneer Football League Sports Center, Hall of Fame edition, graduation edition. We want to say congratulations to all the graduates, whether you are one of our younger guys that graduated grade school, middle school, high school, college, wherever it is that you did and you accomplished academically. Congratulations to those guys. Pioneer Football League Sports Center coming up now.
Pioneer League, the Pioneer League, Pioneer League. Yeah, bigger, faster, stronger, yeah, I'm all of that. And you can say I'm clutch where the fourth quarter at. I know you ride the bench, but I'ma start a scrap. I put a helmet or a shoulder on your quarterback. On the field, moving faster than your average. I swear it's all I do, cause they say winning is a habit. Blood, sweat, and tears all week during practice. And catch me on the weekend when I turn into a savage. I got my back, I got your back, we take over the town. I heard the hard work pays, I got the memo now. Never dolo, I put faith in my team. Play a part, know your role while we working them schemes. All we got is each other, hard work in the dream. Going hard for the squad in the Pioneer League.
Pioneer Football League Sports Center. In this edition, we have the Hall of Fame announcements. Hall of Fame weekend is here, and we are ready to announce those that are in our second class. Congratulations to all those that made it. There was a couple that came pretty close to making it. We want to say thank you to everybody who had a hand in making the Pioneer Football League a very successful venture. So let's get started with our honorees, shall we? Our first honoree came onto the scene in the PFL in a flash. He first caught our eye with his amazing ability to find holes in defenses on his way to long touchdown runs. He then captured even more glory when his play led to the Buccaneers' consecutive championship game appearances and a title in the 2014 season. With his All-Star selection in 2014, he was a prime candidate for the Hall of Fame. He attained greatness when he packaged all of his football skill in a very quiet but noticeable leadership way that made him the ultimate teammate. He was noticeably talented every time he stepped onto the football field, especially these past two seasons. And with an acceptance to Central Michigan University, where he will be studying this upcoming fall, it made him a surefire Hall of Famer. Congratulations, Samuel Apaya of the Bronx Buccaneers. Next up on our list, we have a gentleman who is no stranger to hardware. It's just something that this guy has been accustomed to collecting. Three-time PFL champion, collecting MVP honors multiple times in the Spring Classic and the fall season as well. His acrobatic runs made SportsCenter must-see TV, including his hurdle of an unsuspecting defender, which was the marquee piece in our opening credits. A slippery runner who brings back memories of the likes of Fran Tarkenton, this gentleman proved impossible to tackle and has set multiple PFL records in offensive production. He also was a two-time PFL All-Star, and for this gentleman, it is fitting that we remember his dynamic ability, which opened the eyes and doors of colleges and minor league programs to recruit PFL players in the recognition of the talent that compete on our fields. That would not have been possible without this young man's efforts and this man's highlights. Congratulations, TJ Theron Glenn of the Bronx Colts. Next up, we have one of the pillars of PFL history. The heritage of the program, if you're not aware of, you should take a look in our website. It gives you the history of the program, even going back to when the Pioneer Football League was a subsidiary of the New York Bandits semi-pro football program, which started the New York Spartans. This next gentleman was a New York Spartan, one of the first players of the New York Spartans organization, and his contributions have basically led to the foundation of the Pioneer Football League. As a player for the New York Spartans, he was a captain and helped the team to consecutive championships in the 2008 and 2009 season, along with being a 4-time All-Star. As co-head coach of the Bronx Colts, he led his team to 4 Pioneer Football League championship games, winning 3 of them. And winning is something that seems to be in this coach's blood, because he is also the defensive mastermind that put a unit together to put up more points in spring classic play than some teams did with their offensive production. The mouthpiece for this particular program, this gentleman gets his team playing talented, anxious roster of ball players to play as a cohesive machine. And he added a Triborough Football League championship to his repertoire last season as a Pioneer Football League affiliate. So congratulations to Sean Kelman for his induction to the Pioneer Football League Hall of Fame. Next gentleman is also a coach. He can now actually crack a smile, which he doesn't do on many occasions. He's an absolute perfectionist. It's the word that best describes this man. And he truly coaches from the opening kickoff until the last handshake on the 50-yard line. In some ways, he is definitely an artist. He paints a masterpiece, and it only allows him to rest when the championship trophy is in his hands. 3 championship appearances, 2 titles, and along the way, his winning percentage is above 90%. The Harlem Jets 18 and under team was a model franchise under his tutelage, and thanks to his efforts, the Pioneer Football League Friday Night Lights at 128th Street was even more fun thanks to his pregame, in-game, and post-game commentary of this gentleman. The men in his program have the utmost respect for him, and his efforts have placed players on college and prep school rosters across the football landscape. The attention to details is what makes this gentleman so effective, and his dedication is second to none, and paved his way into the PFL Hall of Fame. Coach Ali from the Harlem Jets, congratulations on being a PFL Hall of Famer. The next gentleman, affectionately known as Big Mike, he is affectionately called this as a way you could describe his play as well. As a player, when you needed the ball back or to make a big stop on defense and rally the troops, he comes up big. With a second consecutive title on the line and the Harlem Jets needing a ball carrier to run through the defense and chew up a little bit of clock, Big Mike came up huge. This gentleman represented the PFL proudly during his career, representing the PFL in multiple All-Star games, including a Team USA selection, first in Pioneer Football League. When giving interviews for the PFL Sportscenter, you can tell that the young man has an eagerness to conquer the big moment. His mixture of size and agility makes him a weapon on both sides of the ball. He can catch a football with the nimbleness that is really not matching his frame. There are many things that this gentleman can do. There's very few things that he cannot do on a football field. Congratulations, Michael Baez, who is a Pioneer Football League Hall of Famer. So that does it for our Pioneer Football League Hall of Fame. Congratulations to the class of 2015. Their official induction will happen in our off-season meetings this upcoming winter. Congratulations to all those guys out there. And again, thank you for your contribution to Pioneer football. As we move along this episode of Sports Center, we have Sunshine Classic. At this point, we're going into week 4 over at Williamsbridge Oval. We had some good football action over there with a triple header on the schedule. Let's check out some of those highlights. Whenever you're ready.
PFL
Get there, King. Get the ball. Get the ball. Go, King.
Anybody wants to know this? He's saying the cow. Other side.
Oh boy! That boy is fast.
Sarah Marshall.
You got it.
You right there.
Go.
Right there.
There you
Let me see what y'all got. Okay.
Best dance gets a prize from the commissioner.
Let's go, y'all.
Hey, yo. Hey, man.
Angel.
Angel, man, you got some MVP performance here, man. You might be a future PFL Hall of Famer with moves like that, dude. Good stuff, man.
Angel.
So this is what's going on today. Yeah, it's Montefiore and the Lynx organization.
We need the men in here. We need you to represent. Come on, get in here.
Remember last week game when we kept getting smoked because we kept turning the ball over? You can't turn the ball over, gentlemen. You can't force start. You gotta play with your mouthpiece in your mouth, right? Every day. You can't do both sides. It's a penalty.
Other side.
All right. Now,
Over here to my left, we have free registration to the Oval right here in Parks and Recreation, and here we go. Last joint, y'all, last one.
okay, whistle, whistle, whistle. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good work. What's up, dude? How you doing? What's up, man? How you been?
We got another prize from Subway. Thank you. Check it out. Who's the winner? Shorty, what you got for me, Shorty? What you got? Commissioner, you gotta give me a winner, man. You gotta give me a winner. You know who I like already.
Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch.
Hold up. Go ahead, Shorty.
Congratulations to all of the Hall of Fame inductees. And again, congratulations to all of those graduates, middle school, high school, college, wherever it is that you're graduating. Congratulations. I have on myself right now my high school, West Windsor-Plainsboro High School in Princeton, New Jersey, class of 1998, proud alumni. Congratulations and thank you to all the teachers out there that are making these dreams come true for these young men and women across our academic landscape. So for this week, Pioneer Football League Sports Center, David Patterson. Have a good week. We will see you in 2 weeks. Have a happy 4th of July. We'll see you in 2 weeks for our final week of the Sunshine Classic, and we will look forward to Bowl Weekend.